You have a problem that because you're old, you need an old man wallet.
No, I've been using the same wallet for years and years and years, and it's a good wallet. It's just looking a bit aged now, and I wanted a new fancy one.
But there's nothing wrong with... We were having this discussion this morning, actually, right? My socks have got, like, holes. Not quite holes, but they're what's the term? Threadbare, I guess. There's not really any real material.
You're wearing them down with the odour that spews from every orifice.
It's just as well I didn't mention that my boxer's in the same state.
No. That's different. That's air. That's just pure air, damn it.
I wear my clothes until, like, it's not that I'm a scrounger or anything, but I wear my clothes until they physically don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't cover up my body.
It's the Scottish way.
But I'm not. Okay, I've been infected.
Been here too long. This towel that's now falling apart is no longer adequately drying me. It's time to buy a new one.
It's pretty much.
I think the same way. Although I do buy new things, and then they just join the pile.
I do buy new things, but there's certain stuff that I just like, clothes and things like that. I can never be arsed.
I just wanted, because the wallet I'm using now, it has a kangaroo on it for some reason, and it's a Kangol brand one. And
that's probably
I don't know of that brand, and I have no interest in supporting it. So I just wanted a nice no-branded wallet.
Is it made out of kangaroos?
Not that I'm aware of.
Does it bounce around on the desk when you take it out of your pocket?
No, it's too laden down with all the money in it.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
True. I am so scared of being mugged, I don't carry money on me.
I don't carry money because
You're poor.
I do everything by card. I don't need money.
I refuse to use my card because I think it said that it's too easy to spend money.
I'm trying to revert back to the bartering system that we used to have in the olden days. So I just carry, like...
strawberries and
strawberries and goats.
Strawberries and goats.
Black Ops 2, will you accept punnet of strawberries and 3 goats?
Yeah, you'd get it cheaper online to take 2 goats. I'm not sure how you'd ship goats to people. Can I finish my wallet story, please? Because I want to know if you can get an adult male wallet that also has a zip bit for spare change, because none of them have it.
Look, mine's is like, this is where we get into the branding side of things. Well, you've already covered off a brand.
I don't care about the brand.
I have a Guinness wallet, and it's made out of leather, and it's got like the Guinness logo. It's quite stylish and stuff on the front, and it's got bits from my money. It's not a zip bit, but it's a beer money sort of change bit, right? It's just one of those like little pop-up bits.
Is that what you just did there? I
just popped it open. You know, the little popper thing. It pops open, and in there, lots of little change. Beer money.
Beer money. Okay. Well, yeah, but see, that's the other proviso. I don't want one that's branded because I have no brands that I want to support enough that it'd be my wallet.
Guinness is good though. It's a good brand.
Well, I think mostly wallets don't have that anymore. At least men's ones, because they just assume you put them in your pocket.
Well, then you just have to buy a purse, then, won't you?
I already have a man bag. So I don't really want a purse.
You got a man bag and a purse.
I call it a satchel, but apparently because of some stupid TV show, it's called a man bag.
Man bag.
I needed it. I can't carry around plastic bags. I look like a homeless person.
You're walking about with your plastic bags, and I'm walking about with my livestock.
Yeah.
That's how we go to the shops. Hello and welcome to another Hurty Gaming Podcast. This is episode 31 now.
Yep, it is.
I'm really bad at keeping track. I'm Blighty. I'm joined by Flick, as always.
Am I playing the part of Always?
Yep, you're the part of Always.
This week, the part of Flick is played by Always.
Isn't that a name of a panty liner or something? Anyway, moving on.
I really hope not.
moving on. Yeah, so... coming up are explosions, nuns with guns, boobies, fireworks, binmen.
Probably, yeah. Not binmen, not binmen.
You name it, we got it.
No, not binmen.
So this is our fortnightly roundup of what's been going on in the gaming world and what we've been doing, and random shit. A lot of random shit, actually. I quite like
Probably. That. Yeah, you do. I prefer structure. But so speaking of structure,
what have you been playing for the past 2 weeks?
And stop rhetorically asking yourself.
What have I been playing for the last 2 weeks? Not Diablo. We haven't been playing any Diablo for the last 2 weeks.
This section is not what have we not been playing.
What have we not been playing?
It would be a lot longer if it was.
I've not been playing Pong. I've not been playing Tetris. I've not been playing Pac-Man. No, so Minecraft.
Yes, we have been playing quite a bit of Minecraft.
Got back
and we did a little video of the world we've been bastardizing.
We did. We're kind of hoping to, at some point, organise a night for people to come and join us.
I think next weekend might be a good idea for that. Either the Friday or the Saturday, depending on what we're doing.
Yeah, sure. What we'll do is stay tuned to the Facebook page for that one. So
I've already said on the video that we did that we would tell people in the Steam group and give the IP there because I don't want to spread it around.
Right, okay.
Because then we can just start a group chat and say it in there.
So stay tuned to the Steam group and we'll keep you posted on when that's going to be, and we can start a group chat in there and get the server IP out and blah 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 blah.
Stop saying blah 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 as well. That's how you sum up any rule.
Yep, blah 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 blah.
I'd hate if you were a lawyer. That'd be so bad.
If I'd stuck it out at uni, we very nearly could have been that way.
Your Honour, it clearly says blah blah blah, multiple rapes, blah blah blah, innocent, blah blah blah.
That would work. People would just go, yeah. I could have sworn I blanked out for a second there, but he must be talking the truth.
You know, having sat on a jury once, I can say that lawyers do speak a lot of shit.
What were you doing sitting on people? You've got some weird fetishes.
Yeah. People
this is like
sitting.
We're talking about dog sitting as well. I mean, I'm going to...
Dog sitting is... What are you going to say about babysitting?
Nothing.
Or if you're a reader of The Sun, arrest that man!
So yeah, we've been playing Minecraft.
We have a castle.
It's one of those things that you can sort of drop in and out of every once in a while, and it felt fresh because we haven't played it in a long time, and you can just kind of go a little bit nuts after a while. Like you start off the usual, find a mine to start getting resources, build up a little house, turn your house into a castle, add in millions of fancy bits and pieces that we shall not name, and
we can talk about the ones that are in the video.
Come and see for themselves. Things like
people are fairly impressed with some of the stuff we showed in the video, by the way.
Yeah, they haven't even seen some of the more fun things that we've been doing in the last few nights either.
Yeah,
Minecraft is good. If you don't have Minecraft yet, it's one of those things that I know it's cool to hate on the things that are trending and stuff, but Minecraft is one of those things that you should just get. You really should.
Most people have it, I think.
Yeah.
Not announced today that 3 million people have bought the Xbox version.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It's probably why it's topped everything else in the most played game on it. It just shows. I mean, I bet people who've got it for PC have bought it for Xbox anyway, because they'll have friends who don't have it on PC or a PC that they play on.
I was going to say, how would you not have a PC that can run Minecraft?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say run. Just maybe they don't have a gaming PC. Because there's people who just stick with consoles. Yeah, it's well worth playing, even if I don't think there's cross-compatibility though, is there? So we couldn't give it to people with that version.
No, I don't.
No, because they're totally different versions. Like, a lot of stuff that's been added in the PC version isn't in the 360.
They don't get all that shiny stuff.
They will eventually. They do have DLC costume packs you have to buy.
They got to pay.
On the 360. Yeah, we get free, but also it's kind of like there's lots of skins. Some of them aren't good. So what else have you been playing? You're not allowed to fill the space now.
I'm not allowed to say, what else have I been playing? Well, somebody, somewhere, gifted me Payday the Heist.
What mad person did that?
You.
Oh dear. I did, and I bought more copies than we required. Partly by accident, partly because Noodles...
What sort of Scottish person are you?
It was cost effective to buy more. And I knew that Noodles, who often harasses us, also wanted it, so I decided to get the 4-pack and then use 3 of them. But at the same time, he
bought it at the same... Yeah.
And we should point out this is part of the Steam sale, which is why we're getting...
Yeah, people buy things and give things left, right and centre when they're like £1. So it's not...
It's not like we're throwing around a lot of money. No. Really.
No, not yet. Not until...
And I do try to resist, even when it is a Steam sale, because if it's something I've had an inkling that I want to play, then fine, get it when it's cheap. But I don't like buying things just because it's cheap.
Yeah, that means that the big companies are winning. That means you've lost.
No, that means Valve is winning. I
Valve's
think
winning.
The people who made the games that are now being sold at dirt cheap probably aren't really in the long run.
No.
So we have 2 copies of PAYDAY the Heist to give away.
We haven't even discussed what it's about, how it plays, what's so great about it, why you should want to get one of these free copies.
Well, that's because I thought we were going to do a short video as well. But that's okay. It's built on Left 4 Dead 2. You play badly acted robbers who do various types of heist, and you kill lots of policemen.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooty bank robbery sort of game. Which is so far we've only really robbed 2 things. It's been more.
Oh yeah, the
missions are a little bit varied, but it basically goes that you move up a bit in the stage, you get assaulted by loads of cops, you kill all the cops, wave after wave after wave of them, kind of horde modey, and then you move up to the next bit and rinse and repeat. But it's
there's a disturbing distinction in the game that there is no negative to killing the police that are trying to stop you, but there's a negative for killing civilians. So it treats like cops aren't people, but civilians are. And the biggest irony is you get criticised for killing civilians, but the police gun them down and nothing else happens. It's a horrible, horrible irony considering things that are going on at the moment, but it's just something that I found a bit uncomfortable about it.
Topical.
Yeah, topical for the wrong reasons, sadly, but...
Let's just gloss over that a little.
Yeah, as a game, it's actually quite challenging.
And it's fun. I quite enjoy it. And I find that... Okay, maybe repeating the same start of a mission or whatever where we fucked up.
Yeah, we kept on dying in one of them, so we had to...
Can be a little bit annoying. The only thing that's disappointed me so far is that the weapon sort of upgrades and stuff aren't coming quick enough. It feels like I'm playing a lot and doing a lot, but I'm not really achieving anything yet. Yeah. I don't know if that's intentional or whether they just, that was a bit of an oversight.
It depends if you're sticking with one class or switching as well. So as I was saying, I have 2 copies to give away. So I'm going to give them away, and by the time you hear this, it'll probably be the end of the Steam sale, because the Steam sale ends on Sunday night, I think, the 22nd.
Yes, I think you're right.
So the PAYDAY might come back on offer prior to that, but if it will, it'll only be with a flash sale. They're only on for like a few hours.
And who doesn't like getting things for free?
Exactly. Well, nothing is free. You have to do one little thing.
Oh, here's the catch.
You have to join the Steam group and tell us why you want a copy.
Oh, heaven forbid. The
reason difficult. I'm putting in the second bit where you have to tell us why you want a copy is just purely because that also gives the people who are already a member of the Steam group a chance.
That's
because otherwise they would miss out. And I don't think it's fair.
How are people going to get in touch with us and let us know why they think that they get a copy? Why they want a copy?
Oh, you're saying that thinking I know the Steam group address, but I don't. I assume it's just Steam/Bringo Hurty. So we're still on the subject of the Steam sale. Did you buy yourself anything from the Steam sale yet?
No, I'm cheap and poor, and I feel like I've got an awful lot of stuff already.
So
I still haven't finished. I haven't finished Skyrim. Come on.
Yeah, but that's one of those things you don't need to finish. It just goes on and goes on and on.
I suppose.
And I haven't tempted you with Dungeon Defenders then, because I was tempted by that for like £2.
You could buy me it for £2.
You've got £2. Maybe.
I don't. I really don't. If it's still on sale by Wednesday, then I will.
Of course it won't be. It's on sale for 24 hours.
Well, then I won't be.
Oh. You could owe me the money, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah, well, anyway, right, so you didn't buy anything in the Steam sale. Have you played anything else?
I don't think so. Oh, no, I have. I've been playing Space Marine. I finally got around to playing Space Marine. Again, this is something that I didn't buy. You bought me this.
You're making me sound like I'm nice. I'm not sure I like that.
He is really. Really. No. There's no sexual favors involved or anything. No, yeah, I've been playing through Space Marine, and we talked about this ages and ages and ages ago, and we played the demo, and we've discussed this before, that because we played the demo and it didn't feel that great, and lack of co-op meant, it was dead in the water. And then you got it on the cheap.
How far through it are you?
A couple of hours, maybe, at tops.
Right, so still pretty early. Have you formed any opinions on it yet, or...?
Yeah, I quite like it. I feel cheated out of the fact that it doesn't have co-op, because it feels like the sort of game that would just be immense with co-op.
Well, it does have co-op. It has horde mode.
Proper co-op. I mean, campaign co-op.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be... I reckon it would have sold really well if it had campaign co-op, because it takes all those things that people like about things like Gears of War and so on, and the things that we liked about like full of Cybertron and sort of melds them together to a little extent, I guess.
And it would have been one of those things where it could be 3 people rather than 2, because you're always with, well, you're not always, but essentially you're mostly with 2 other Marines.
Pretty much.
And even if you weren't, you could just have 2 generic guys with you.
You could have
the other players.
Johnny with his helmet on.
I did find I enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't have had I paid full price for it. If you played it like the devs tried to pitch it, then I don't think you would enjoy it. And I think that's why I didn't like the demo. Because if you charge in constantly, you will die because of the flaws we pointed out when we spoke about the demo.
Yeah, getting attacked mid-combat.
If you do get into cover and play like there's a cover system, even though there isn't, then it works. But it works as a generic, third-person shooter.
This is where I
occasionally
pitch my channel, which is Blighty Warrior on YouTube. The videos I've been putting up, hopefully, I've gone some way to showing how the melee does and doesn't work, and as I progress, you'll see that I'm actually transitioning into what you're saying with a little bit of shooty, but I'm still trying to force myself to do the melee because it does look quite nice, and it is quite satisfying when it works. But you leave yourself so open to getting shot apart and hit apart when you're like in a kill animation or whatever that it's counterproductive.
I must admit, when I got access to the Thunder Hammer, I used nothing else. but because of that, I missed out on using a few different guns. Just because you can't have it at the same time. So I missed out on using like Stormbolters and Plasma, the bigger guns that you get towards the end. Just because I liked the hammer so much.
You like the hammer?
So I did kind of force myself to be more melee-based towards the end, but by then you've been upgraded. Than you were. You're not in the demo, but by then you are. So it's easier to be like stompy, just charge in there and wreck everything. Are you enjoying doing solo commentary by your lonesome?
It's weird. It's different. It's a bit strange. It's a bit surreal. I have a habit of doing it first thing in the morning. So
I've noticed that's a bad idea recently.
It is, yeah. Last thing at night and first thing in the morning are really bad because first thing in the morning, my brain's not functioning yet, and your
voice needs warmed up.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
I thought that was bullshit. Anytime you saw a singer or an actor saying, "Oh, I need to warm up before a performance," it's actually true. Because I recorded first thing in the morning, and when I was listening back, I was like, "That's not my voice."
Who the fuck is that? Someone's been sending me audio.
I sound like 5 decibels lower than normal, and it's just because my voice isn't warmed up in the morning.
No, it takes a while. It's even worse for me being a smoker as well.
Yes,
because I wake up in the morning, I'm like,
cough up a lung and just cough away a few hours of your life.
So. Yeah, I'm going to continue with it, and I'm going to try and ensure that I get the full playthrough recorded and uploaded, and check it out, see what you think. And
I'm the same with my Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, you're doing your Spider-Man. So we're both doing a sort of solo commentary thing at the moment. And
I think I'm around about halfway.
I've noticed some people have put on your posting. Was Blighty in there? Was good? Wait, did you hear me? Was I in the video? Of course I wasn't. He's playing a single player game. I know sometimes we have. Over somebody else or whatever, but I think you would know if I was there.
Yeah, you'd be. I don't know if you'd enjoy it or not. Have you been watching the videos? Is it like a game you would have enjoyed?
It looks a bit repetitive.
Kind of. I quite enjoyed it, especially since it's a movie tie-in. Movie tie-in, you have to
there's normally right. Yeah, okay. For a movie tie-in game, I would say it looks pretty good.
I still wouldn't pay full price, although I did. I would suggest to people not to pay full price for it.
No more than half a camel.
Exactly. Half a camel and maybe a blueberry.
Or small
maybe.
Goat. Small goat, maybe.
Small goats, why would they have less value than a grown-up goat? Because the small goat will become your investment will mature. It will mature.
Mature in front of your eyes.
Money should be alive.
It doesn't grow. It grows on grass.
Then you literally see it. Yeah, that's a perfect idea. We should replace money with animals.
But what if you get an animal that's got a disease or something?
Oh, and then your investment.
But what if it
is value
bites off a testicle or something?
I'm not sure.
I've never been attacked by my wallet. The money in there has not attempted to consume any part of my body.
If there's any accountants or investors listening, could you explain to us how that would work? If animals were currency and one ate a testicle, how would it affect the value? That has to be the weirdest collection of words we have ever said in any podcast. And you totally threw me off of my side story about Spider-Man.
Good. Back to Spider-Man.
Last night, as I went to bed, I decided to check my phone to check comments on the newest video I uploaded. And there wasn't one going up today, sadly, because I needed my connection to do this. So sorry if you're waiting impatiently for the next part, as some people were. And to click through onto the comments via an iPhone, you have to go past the recommended videos first. And there was an upload in HD of the new movie. And my initial reaction was, how the fuck is this still on the site? It can't be real. It can't be. So I decided to click on it. And it was. And it was captured by an HD camera, so it was bloody good quality. I mean, still not perfect because it's still capturing off a cinema screen.
Yeah.
But it was the whole new movie as one of the recommended videos to one of mine. And the way they got it up, and I think the reason it's not been auto-detected, is because it was sped up by about maybe 0.3. So everyone was speaking slightly too fast. But people do the same to get songs, like, past the auto-detection YouTube has. And like, all the comments were just literally, how is this still here? Why is this
still there?
I don't know. If you check the recommended videos to the newest uploaded part, which is 13, I think.
Yeah,
so one of the parts there. Yeah. So yeah, I've seen the new Spider-Man movie.
Was it
I only watched the last 20 minutes because I'm not interested in another origin story. I was just curious how it did the action and things.
Speaking of, comic book stories and stuff, I do plan to see The Dark Knight Rises because it looks pretty badass. And I have enjoyed this.
I never saw the first of, what's his name? Was it Christopher Bale or Christian?
Christian Bale. You called him Christopher Bear.
I didn't say Bear.
It's like somewhere between Christopher Robin and Pooh Bear. You're stuck in an A.A. Milne novel.
Whatever his name is. I never saw his first movie, but I did enjoy the second one with Heath Ledger. I thought it was very good.
I didn't find the first one that bad. Anyway, so...
Yeah, we're getting sidetracked onto movie talk. This is not a movie podcast.
Have you played anything...
Oh, what?
Have you played anything else? You were asking me.
Let's see, Spider-Man, the things I've been playing with you. Yes, I bought Bastion in the Steam sale. I've been playing a little bit. Yeah. Which is a game everyone keeps on saying you should play it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I did what you did. I did blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. It's contagious.
It is
got all these mannerisms that you seem to be contracting.
I notice them and they start bugging me. So then I start emulating them, which is even worse. I'm
like the Borg.
Yeah.
Can't resist me.
I've not played enough of it yet to form a proper opinion. I like the art style. It's cartoony, but painted cartoony.
I give off like a rehypnal pheromone.
Charming.
I'm still listening.
What?
Carry on.
You've totally derailed me again. What was I talking about? Bastion. All right, I was just saying I've not played enough of it to form a proper opinion, but I quite like it, and the only reason I bought it is because I'd heard so many good things about it. So, yeah, I think that's the only other thing I bought in the Steam sale. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Has it been fun? Is it something you'd recommend?
It's a bit like Diablo, single player only, and you're constantly getting narrated by someone doing a what's his name, Morgan Freeman impersonation. So
is that good?
Depending on your opinion, I think that's brilliant, quite frankly. But some people might get annoyed by it because your character doesn't talk and doesn't interact. It's just the guy narrating what you're doing at the time, and
because it's like he's talking about it as if it happened in the past. Is that the way that's supposed to?
Yeah, like you get back to the town and he'll say, the kids returned to town and told me he did this. That's how it happens.
Right.
Because that's who you play as. You're just called the kid for some reason, even though you look like you're at least 30. But what I wish I had been playing today, but I'm not. That's right, I've added yet another new section to this part.
What I wish I was playing.
What I wish I'd been playing is because the new Kingdom Hearts 3DS came out today and I totally forgot about it. So I'm going to pick it up tomorrow when I come through to see you.
Yeah, that sounds like, don't say it like that.
I'll say it however I want, wink.
I'm giving off my pheromone still.
I think that's covered this section. I think we can probably move on. Insert music cue here. And we're back. Do you want to pick the first topic, or will I pick the first topic?
I'm going to pick the first topic. It's in a big...
Oh, really?
It's a biggie.
Oh, is it? Okay, go on then.
Ooh-yah!
Booyah! Go.
No, that's how I'm pronouncing that new console. Ooh-yah!
What?
Ooh-yah!
Oh, I saw something about this, but
the ooh-yah.
I saw it on Kotaku, but I didn't read it because I like my IQ points as high as they are.
Don't try and correct my pronunciation. It is going to be Ouya!
Ouya! It sounds like someone being kicked by Bruce Lee.
It sounds like somebody doing a Kickstarter for a games console.
Oh, is that what? Oh, God. No, compared to some Kickstarters, that's not a bad idea. It's just not a good idea either. So some idiot is wanting to make it. Does he have a pedigree? Does he have a standard?
Do you want me to try and run through some of the basics behind this for you?
Yeah. Right. Keep it as simple as possible in case Noodles is listening.
The first thing, as a Kickstarter, what's the goal? The initial goal was $950,000.
To make a brand new console that's going to be better than everything else in the market? I think not.
They have had $5.2 million pledged so far.
By who?
41,238 backers as of the 20th of July. With 19 days.
Hang on, how much did you say their total was?
5.2 million.
That'll make a console. Yeah. Well, after Kickstarter steals their, what was it, 13%?
Yeah, they're going to enjoy.
So they are going to enjoy that one. So all these people, I mean, do they realize how long it takes to make a console?
I don't know. I
mean, it's going to be at least 4 years, I would say.
Quite possibly. But people have got money to throw away. Obviously, I mean, like you've got the usual. I think it's you actually get a console at $95 pledge, right? Which isn't too bad, but when you think
if you pledge less than that, you still have to buy the bloody thing.
Yeah, you get things like you can, like your equivalent of an Xbox Live username or whatever. You get to reserve it in advance if you've pledged like $10 or something.
And how are they going to get around the various patents on technologies that like Microsoft and Sony and Apple and whoever else own?
No idea. Essentially, one of the things is it's been based on an Android system, right?
Hmm. So does that mean Google probably backed quite a large proportion of that money?
It could well be. Could well be.
Maybe not officially, but it's an interesting. All right, so tell me more.
So it's all about like being innovative and experimenting and stuff.
Of course it is. Everything's always about being innovative. It's no longer innovative to say that you're hoping to make an innovative game.
Basically, the idea is that they want to try to open up experimentation, creativity, blah, 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 make games less expensive to make and less expensive to buy.
Yeah, it's nice saying that, but when you have a monopoly on a market, like, say, Steam does, you can set the price at whatever you want.
Right, well, this is the thing, because as the owners of the console,
yeah,
their monopoly over the developers, and this is where things might be a bit iffy, right?
Right, because it wasn't iffy prior to now.
So we're handing the reins over to the developer with only one condition: at least some gameplay has to be free. So they're saying they borrowed the free-to-play model from games like League of Legends and TF2 and stuff like that.
Don't games have that already? Isn't that called a demo?
I don't know whether or not they mean that everything has to be pay to win.
Oh, like every game on it is a free-to-play model? Like all of it is?
I don't know. It's a bit unclear. It's a bit unclear.
I bet it is, because it sounds like a vague-ass idea that some random guy, probably while under the influence of alcohol, just went to Kickstarter and thought, console.
Pretty much.
What will they call it?
The other thing is that there's going to be everybody that gets the console gets one of these development kits, so you can make your own games on it and so on and so forth.
Right.
You don't need to buy a license for it. You
Make your can opening. Please ignore it. That was no excuse to make a noise that was worse than a can opening.
Yeah, it was. Okay. And because it's built on Android, apparently, you know how app stores and stuff work. They're already flooded with billions of games from loads of small indie groups and stuff. Everybody knows how to make it, so essentially all they need to do is have the equivalent of the App Store, and then loads of games are going to be on there. As a console, it means that those people that make the games can up the graphics a little bit. So it's like they've taken the concept of like the App Store and how casual gaming is picking up and how like loads of people, not just big developers, are making games, and then they're trying to say, well, people still like the game on a big telly on a proper console with decent graphics. So they're trying to merge the two, it sounds. That's my interpretation. My
initial impression, beyond it being a little batshit crazy, is that maybe they have their heart in the right place, but I think they're being quite naive.
The other thing that they're saying, and this is where things get even more iffy, is that they're saying that hackers are welcome. And they mean by hacking the console itself. They're saying you won't want to be messing about with it.
Jailbreaking out. What's it called again? I just keep on going.
Ouya!
Oh, booyah.
No, Ouya. O-U-Y-A. Ouya!
That's a terrible name.
Everything opens with standard screws. Hardware hackers can create their own peripherals and connect via USB or Bluetooth. You want our hardware design? Let us know. We might just give it to you. Surprise us. And it's got some of the system specs here and stuff as well.
So because they know they won't have anything proprietary, they're basically just pointing out that you can do whatever you want with it.
It kind of sounds like that.
They're marketing having nothing as being a feature.
Yeah, pretty much. It's almost like they're saying, we're not actually making anything or doing anything. You're doing all the work, but you still have to pay for it.
Why has no one noticed this before now?
I don't know.
Why have people given $5 million to this stupid thing?
I think people want to see another player in the game market. They want to see somebody else. There used to be
one. It got absorbed into the others.
Yeah. Poor Sega.
Yep, poor Sega. It's been bastardized by Nintendo. Well, that ended on a happy note.
So it's a bit weird, and it's like the big thing in gaming news at the moment.
Really?
Apparently.
Okay, I might pay more attention to it now, just from a distance, with a stick.
I'll draw you in with my pheromones.
Do you want to hear something rather weird?
You're talking, aren't you?
Yeah, ooh. Yeah. That was CR quality there.
Okay.
I was reading the Metro, which is the free newspaper distributed every day or every weekday here on the buses, but I have the app of it. And I was confused to find that one day of the week they do reviews of games. And I just take a look because I'm curious. And they had a review of DayZ. DayZ being an alpha stage mod for a game. They had a review of it.
Well...
And I was kind of just baffled.
There must have been semi-official reviews of things like Counter-Strike before it got bought out by Valve, so...
But they're not reviews, they're previews or on hands, and you don't use the word review because it's not fair, it's not done.
True.
It's like watching the first half of a movie and reviewing the whole movie.
As if that doesn't happen already.
No.
Same with gaming.
I watched the last 20 minutes of Spider-Man and said I didn't like it that much. So yeah. Okay.
So they're reviewing DayZ?
They reviewed DayZ, yeah. That was just I think they gave it 3 out of 5 stars.
So not terribly great.
Or 4, maybe 3 or 4. It wasn't max and it wasn't low, so yeah.
Apparently, we've been talking about DayZ a couple of times in the last few podcasts, but one of the things you'd suggested is that armor is quite expensive to buy, even if you're not planning on playing the game just for the mod. But the creators are looking into perhaps making a standalone version with possibly the free-to-play model that seems to have been successful with Valve.
That would be good if they did that, especially because Valve are being pricks right now with regards to the sale because they're not putting Arma 2 in it.
No.
Because they know it's selling well enough without. They took 20% off, but it's still a full-price game, so it's not a big difference. It's not like 75% off, which is, what I got Bastion for.
The thing is that they would have to develop the engine from the ground up, essentially, because they would be able to use the Arma engine. That's the legality, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends if they're using free source or not. It could be, because Arma is an old game now. So,
well, there you go.
Or maybe, how did he make it in the first place? Surely there's some kind of kit then.
Yeah, there'd be like an SDK or whatever, same as Source. Yeah.
So it's possible that he'd probably have his blessing, because I'm sure the guy who made DayZ has now provided the folk who made Arma with a lot more money than they were expecting.
That's a very good point.
However many years after it was released.
So they probably don't want him to make a standalone one, because then they'll stop making as much money.
Probably not, but I think they'd already assumed the game probably had its finite limit, and now it's got a new breath of life thanks to one random guy. So I know they should be being nice to him, if anything.
He's going to get beaten over the head with lawyers, don't you? They're not going to be nice. Nobody's ever nice.
No, nobody's nice. There's no such thing as nice.
Everybody's evil.
I'm billing you for my time now, in fact.
How much have I accrued so far?
15, 20 million myths.
Will you accept...
I don't want goats.
A sandwich and half a goat?
Okay, what's on the sandwich?
Half a goat.
The other half of the goat.
The other half.
the other half of the goal. That's tempting, but I don't think anyone accepts that as currency yet.
So Resident Evil 6 is supposed to have like 4 hours of cutscenes in it.
Damn it, this was on my list. Stop stealing from my list.
4 hours of cutscenes? That sounds like a lot.
This was the source was the British, whatever, the Piggy ratings, the British board that rates the games for us.
It sounds like you said Piggy ratings.
The Piggy ratings. Oh. They rate games on the number of pigs in it.
Somebody sitting there going, I see a pig. There's a pig. Another pig.
Although with Resident Evil 6, it's obviously Pig DLC. They get DLC'd later.
I mean, 4 hours is a lot of cutscenes.
It is. It seems like it's going to be quite a big game.
That's good. Cutscenes don't annoy me.
There was 10 hours of cutscenes in Metal Gear Solid 4. Roughly. That's what it felt like anyway, even if it wasn't. I remember it opens with a 45-minute cutscene.
Really?
Yeah. You don't play the game for 45 minutes when you press start to play.
That's
assuming you don't skip it. Obviously, you can't skip.
That's it. That's insane. Really, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Well, Hideo Kojima is a terrible writer in the sense that he uses too many words to explain simple things.
You should have said the man did this and that happened and now we're here.
Oh no! I mean, you can be artistic with the way you use language, but he just uses too much language for too little. So I don't like
a 10-minute conversation which will identify the fact that somebody doesn't like cola.
Well, I think I've used this example on here before, but in Metal Gear Solid 4 there's a prolonged conversation that goes on for at least 10 minutes that goes on about random, well, not random, but it gets sidetracked onto samurai and ninjas of like the medieval era, and it's purely to impart the message to that to see footprints, turn on infrared. And that kind of sums up Metal Gear Solid 4 for me and why I didn't like it. Because Hideo Kojima is not a good storyteller. He does good stories, he just doesn't tell them well. He needs an editor.
Yeah,
an editor that isn't afraid of him.
He needs an editor with a big gun.
And no fear of nanobots. Yeah, so what were we talking about? 4 hours of cutscenes, eh?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it more or less?
Neither.
It's going to make a playthrough of it problematic if we're just going to be sitting there watching cutscenes for 4 hours.
That's a very good point. Either that or they've broken up quite. I mean, you're not sitting there for 4 hours watching it, and they're not going to be massive ones. Maybe
each campaign is different, so there might be similar cutscenes in each, or even if there aren't, they're all separate. So. On that subject, who would you want to play as first out of the 3 sets of players that you can pick from? You know, Chris and whoever, Leon and whoever, and then Wesker Jr. and whoever.
I think it depends on... It kind of depends on like who it is that you're planning to go within those sets, because I don't want to play as the bitch every time. But bitch, that's not a derogatory term for like the woman or anything.
Yes,
that's
it
just
is. Yes,
the bitch being the non-alpha
Turn to your
person.
girlfriend and say, is bitch a derogatory term for women?
Hey bitch, it's a derogatory term. It's
Beat him to death. Oh dear. I assume you're being smothered to death, so I'll just pick things up alone from here.
Yeah, you go ahead without me. Go on without me.
Well, in that case, we should probably play as Chris first because he has a male companion rather than Leon and the other guy are both have girl companions.
It's not that they're girl companions; it's that they're just not good characters.
Chrissy's campaign is the Call of Duty one, not the proper one. From what they say, which is a downside for me, anyway.
I don't really have any preference, to be perfectly honest.
There was a new trailer? Did you see it? Of course you didn't.
No, of course I didn't.
Me? Had a big snake in it.
Do any sort of research. Do things with my reputation. I just sit here and stew in my own sweat drinking beer.
Charming.
How's that for imagery?
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to quickly notice another topic to move on to. I have 2 kind of things regarding The Walking Dead, which I still can't talk about the episode 2 because you haven't played it yet. And I wouldn't want to spoil anything for you.
That's a good point. You're doing remarkably well.
Yeah, so instead I have miscellaneous Walking Dead news. The first is that the game that we've been playing is actually getting a full retail release, and it's also definitely having a second season. Or another run of 5, whatever you want to call them. They are called episodes, so yeah. The other news, which caused a bit of a shitstorm, is that Activision is making a first-person shooter Walking Dead game.
How did you not see that coming? That was aimed at people in general.
I thought Telltale had the license, so I didn't think it was possible for anyone else to do a Walking Dead game. But apparently
probably
not.
Would have been written to the contract that they have a license, but not the definite article license.
If it was someone other than Activision behind this, there might have been a chance for like a Dead Island type, one that tries to
break the mold,
tries to be story based rather than shoot all the things.
I still think that Dead Island did it the right way, because you don't really use guns. You don't really use guns.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of story, it didn't really. It tried to evoke emotions and didn't manage it.
Yeah, we covered this before.
Yeah. But now that I know Activision is trying to do it, I don't have much hope for it at all, in the sense of evoking what is so good about the game we're playing now and the TV series and, the comic as well.
Oh, dear.
I'd be very happy if they proved me wrong. I just don't think they will. But yeah, so... the internet was in a bit of a shitstorm that it was them behind it. This isn't EA, but Activision do worse first-person shooters. See, it's a pickle.
Apparently they already announced Battlefield 4.
Oh, yes, they did that as well. Yeah, because Battlefield 3's done so well.
Battlefield 3 did do pretty well.
I know, I knew it did well, but I was annoyed that it did well, because it shouldn't have, to discourage them in their stupid Origin.
Maybe
Origin
they'll do something better. Maybe they'll let Origin die and it'll be on Steam, or it'll...
They can't because it would be too much of a failure, like an admission of failure. Plus they spent a lot of money hurrying.
Let's just keep throwing even more money down the toilet.
That's the mentality most companies go with. And people who go to the Kickstarter website. I'd rather not save my money. I'd rather just throw it at any project that tickles my fancy.
It's some of the stuff that goes on. We've done Kickstarter to death.
We have done that. Plus, we have done the silly examples that are on there, like the Death Star, etc. before.
There's going to be an Assassin's Creed film.
No, there's not.
Yeah, there is.
No, it'll get cancelled. It'll totally get cancelled. Who's playing... Well, who is it first? Which assassin?
Oh, well, as far as I can tell, it's not really been...
You better not have been about to say that it's a Michael Bay film.
No, but it starts with Michael.
Phew.
BAFTA-nominated actor Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender?
No, Fassbender. There's no T in there. Fassbender.
Fassbender. It's the German version of Fassbender. So
Ubisoft have, weighed in on it. They have talked about it.
Yeah, but they were saying that for the Splinter Cell movie that never was as well.
True.
So is this the guy who's supposed to be playing the lead? Is this Fassbender guy?
He is supposed to be, yeah. It's they haven't really said exactly when it's supposed to be set, like which iteration of it or whatever.
Yeah, mind you, they have been dabbling in it, because there was a short one for between the first 2 games, and then there was that movie I got in the collector's edition of Brotherhood that I still haven't watched it. No, Revelations, not Brotherhood.
I knew what you meant.
The one that had a spelling mistake on the back of the box. That kind of put me off. I have information about the co-op mode of Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh.
Do you have information about that?
Is this where it's like it's almost like playing like the multiplayer of the existing Assassin's Creed, but co-op with taking out targets that the computer's designated, and you've got to do it in a...
You are correct. It's like multiplayer co-op horde mode against computer AI.
Yeah.
Which sounds interesting.
It's supposed to encourage you to do things in sync at the same time, if you know what I mean.
What's interesting is it says that the AI gets savage and more tough as you go on, and the time constraints for doing whatever wave to kill them is harder and harder in later waves. Although they call it sequences, not waves, but Yeah, it sounds interesting. As far as a co-op mode, it sounds interesting. And of course, there is still the verses as well. So
it does sound pretty interesting, but I hope it's not too similar to the multiplayer, because otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, because you're one of those people who prefer going up against real people, aren't you?
I do. I like the edge. I like that. I like proving that I've evolved higher than they have. That's the way I look at it. If I'm kicking your ass at Counter-Strike...
who wants goats to be used as currency, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You get to a point where you ascend from material money and material.
Except, unlike Gene Roddenberry's feature, you don't go like the Star Trek direction; you go the goat direction. Humans have evolved beyond the need for money. We have goats.
Why didn't we think of this before?
I have something to link into that about the multiplayer mode of Fall of Cybertron.
I was going to say, you have to be very careful and say you've got something to link into goats.
Oh, yeah, I'm not Welsh, so it's fine.
Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah, just that the Horde mode is returning and the Versus mode is returning. It's more or less the same. For some reason, they've changed the name of some of the classes.
Yeah.
Like the medic type one is still Scientist. I think that was what it was called.
Yeah, it was.
It was. But the other ones are called, if I can find the names, Infiltrator is now the sneaky one.
Right.
You know, there's like
used to be Scout or whatever before.
Used to be Scout, yep. Titan is the really big ones, the heavy armored tank ones.
Used to be Soldier.
Used to be Soldier. And leaders are now known as Destroyer for some reason. So that doesn't really make sense to me that Optimus Prime is a Destroyer, you know, when he's like supposed to be like the epitome of good. As a class title, that doesn't suit him. But, you know, I'm picking fault at nothing.
You just like picking fault at everything.
Well, I do. But I'm looking forward to that still.
So am I.
It's looking nice. We almost did videos of the Horde mode of the other one, but I can't remember. I think something else came out and
something always comes up. It's very difficult to get videos up of stuff because you want to be just playing games. You don't want to be rendering and uploading
and editing and everything. Yeah.
It'll be easier now that I have a Hopage, so I can cover off some of the console stuff as well now, though.
Yeah. Like you can do one match, I can do one match. And we can probably, when the time comes, we'll ask people what they want to see. Like for Assassin's Creed as well, do you want us to do the co-op mode? Do you want us to do the Versus mode? And the same will apply to Fall of Cybertron as well.
And if you're looking for something that the other person hasn't got, well, it'll be on the other person's channel. Get that around your head.
I keep on getting asked for us to do the new Ghost Recon game. But,
Don't worry, you'll get asked to do Black Ops 2 soon enough.
That's not got a co-op mode, has it?
No, they'll just ask you to do the videos for it.
Oh, they'll just ask you. Well, I'll have that zombie thing, won't it?
Most likely.
Oh, no, that'll be separate DLC. That's what that'll be.
You have to pay for that.
Exactly.
That'll be 3/4 of a goat, please.
No, we're not paying with goats. And that's going to be the title of this one, isn't it? Paying with goats. There, I've ruined it for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to edit that out.
Oh, damn it. I've got 2 quick bits of news, and then I know you want to fit in some emails. So, Final Fantasy 13 Versus. Apparently, Kotaku's running a rumour it's now just totally been canned after 6 years of being in purgatory.
This is one that everybody's been going, like, we don't want to see, like, 13 Part 2, not so we want 13 Versus.
Yeah, I think Versus looked like a better game. It looked more mature than 13, and definitely more mature than 13 Part 2, that's for fucking sure. Because that was just, like, for teenagers to masturbate to. A bit like 10 Part 2, that was the same thing. It was just for young Japanese boys to wank to. Disappointing. That's why I hated it so much, because it was so blatantly just fan service that it got on my nerves.
Horrible.
Yeah. So I would be very disappointed if it turns out to be true, and it sounds like, I mean, after so many years,
just let it die.
I liked the gameplay they showed of it as well. I liked the direction they went in, and it's never mind. That was my quick bit of news. Another bit of news: Borderlands 2 is out in September, which we spoke about briefly before.
Sent for printing and everything. It's just
it has. So Gearbox is officially announced that it's done.
Yep.
And that they're now starting DLC.
Yep.
It's like they're officially announcing the gap in the journey. So I think they've done that deliberately. It's interesting because they're preemptively avoiding people complaining about day one DLC because they're pointing out that they've got a few months to work on it.
That's
interesting. It's interesting that they've went this route. It's clever. It's not necessarily true, but it's clever.
Yeah, because they've now put it out there that look, the game is done, dusted. That's all been cut and it's all edited and it's all sitting as we wanted to do. It's polished, but there's still this leftover stuff.
They've already announced that there's a DLC class coming in.
Something that was maybe not polished.
So here's the interesting thing: does a game take 3 months? No, how many months is it until September? 2 months. Does it take 2 months for a game to go gold from the point it's already finished? That doesn't sound right to me as far as a time lapse, even if it does have to go around all the various regions of the world getting classified, etc.
It probably does. You'd be surprised. Yeah, the red tape involved will probably take 2 months.
Well, it's interesting then that Resident Evil 6 is already doing it when it's out in October. Or is it November now? I can't remember. It was November originally, and then it went back to
October. Went up to October.
No, it went back.
Up.
No, why would the month
sideways
before
and always spinning?
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. Well, I think we've debated DLC long and hard in general, so I don't want to get started on it again. But I think it's interesting that they've announced, and that means there's
those clever PR guys will always PI.
There's going to be a lot of. What you can take from this is that go into Borderlands 2 with the knowledge that there's going to be a shitload of DLC for it that you will have to pay for. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
I kind of assumed that would be the case.
So did I after the model of the first one. I'm fairly interested in it, I must admit.
Me too.
Just as an OCD type, must collect better stuff.
Get more things.
Emails.
So here's the email section of the podcast. If you fancy getting in touch, want an email read out, questions, comments, all that sort of blab. Yeah, if you fancy sending goats and stuff, then braingohurty@gmail.com.
If you want a really good chance at winning one of the paydays we're offering, include in your whatever comment for getting one, include something about goats. Offer us goats in return.
How many goats would you offer?
Yeah.
So the first email is from Rory Wood.
He's written in before.
Emails from Rory Wood before, yes.
Hello.
He has it starts off by saying, sorry for the lack of emails, I've been finishing up college. So that's a good enough excuse, I suppose.
I hope you passed your exams. If you didn't, well, no, you'll probably.
If you didn't, nothing. Yeah, we're not.
I was just thinking. I mean, I passed college, but I don't use anything I learned at it. So yeah,
I don't use knowledge.
All that stuff you get told in school that's like really, really important. It really, really isn't.
It's a good point. It isn't.
Just concentrate on basic numbers and words.
All you need to do is watch lots of QI and learn lots of random facts, and everybody thinks
you're clever.
That's what I do. Everybody thinks I'm smart.
Just because you watch QI.
Because I watch a lot of QI, and I can
lots of
random useless nonsense.
Well, you know what's going to come now, don't you? Prove it. Random true thing right now. Random true thing that you've learned from QI. Go. Come on. Prove it. You have to prove it.
I have to prove it with something.
Go on. Stop filling space.
Put me on the spot. No, I'm good at filling space. That's what I do.
Come on. 3, 2, 1. Doctorate denied.
Okay, so they used to put pigeons into these little glass cages for the Second World War. And they trained these pigeons that whenever they saw a little red light, that they would tap.
Yes. They tried to make suicide pigeons, and they also tried to make suicide dogs. Everybody knows that. Everybody. Don't need QI for that.
Something else. Let's see.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go back to the email. You've already passed the time window of being spontaneous. It wouldn't be spontaneous now.
Do you know of any plants that actually eat animals?
Me.
You're not a plant, or wait, are you? You're not a pod person.
I could be. There were some pods down in the.
This is going well off tangent.
Yeah, can we please just read the email from Rory?
So, if you have not heard, it's just been revealed that there's going to be a new Naruto Storm game. It's coming out next year.
Yes, there is, and it's got boss battles back in it, which I'm looking forward to.
Which kind of means that Generations was kind of pointless as far as what I've heard. The story mode is going to be more like 2. What do you think about this?
Good. That's a good thing. Did we speak about this last time?
I think we briefly touched on that.
I think we did. There would be one, yeah. Yeah, my opinion is Generations was just a little moneymaker in between the two to fund a proper third one. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad that it has the fancy boss battles back, because those are very, very high quality.
They do look fun. I still haven't played one of these Ninja Storm games or anything, though.
No, you haven't. You can borrow one from me, maybe. Or you could just watch my videos of it.
No, that won't be happening.
No, too many other people are doing that already. Smug face.
That's all the cool kids are doing.
So, yep, I answered his question. Move on.
So thanks for getting in touch.
I was sitting there like in silence. Have I answered what you asked? Yes, I have.
We are kind of looking forward to that. It just gives you another spate of videos to upload to your YouTube, really, doesn't it?
Jelly much.
Yeah. Okay, so the next email is from our resident email monkey, Noodles McMuffin.
We're being terribly mean to him today.
But we do lots of nice things. We say lots of nice things. And we
don't say it that way.
We do promote his YouTube channel. That's Noodles McMuffin.
Oh, we do now.
We just did.
Yeah.
So Noodles has written in, and this is another one of these cases where he must have a secret camera because we normally cover off whatever's in his email before I read it. Yeah. So they're already calling this the Tuya Tanic. See what he did there?
I do see what he did there, and I wish I didn't.
On account of how it's going to flop. All it's going to have on it is, and then he's left a big blank space.
That's clever.
Other than that, I have nothing to say. I've been away from the world for a week, so I'm eager to find out what has happened whilst I was gone.
I'm eager to find out what he was doing for that week.
Yeah, Noodles, where have you been?
I'm interested.
We've needed that extra man for Payday the Heist, and you've not been there.
Exactly, and we have like the need of tons of building blocks in Minecraft, and we need you to collect it all for us.
Yeah, don't tell me that Kevin MacLeod has actually managed to trap you in his Grand Design house.
Kevin MacLeod's Grand Design house must be like the best thing in the world.
I would love
castle mixed with a skyscraper mixed with a block of flats made out of wood. No. We'll have to do similar things to our Minecraft world.
Oh, it's going to get extreme.
Have a rival Kevin MacLeod castle that's just full of horrible things.
It's going to get epic. It's going to get extreme. And so if you want to join in on that, stay tuned on the Steam group.
Yeah, hopefully next weekend. What am I saying next weekend for? Someone could be listening to this months later. The weekend of...
The 27th.
Would it be? Oh yeah, it would be.
That would be Friday the 27th.
That would be. Or
we do everything by GMT, by the way, in case you didn't recognise that we were British.
No. If you hear Noodles doing an impersonation of me, it sounds like I'm Swedish or Belgian.
That's brilliant. I'm going to have to get to do that on...
Well, when we're done here, we can maybe try and invite him. Although we know from previous experience that when we try and do that, sometimes the call messes up.
Things happen.
We'll see. So, yeah, thank you for your email, Noodles. We're sorry that we've been insulting you a few times.
We did try to pay him off, but he bought the game.
Don't say it that way. Stuff half a goat down his trousers and walk away. No, that's Kevin MacLeod territory there. I almost said Mick territory there.
Mick territory.
Kevin MacLeod Mick territory. That's a good name.
After this podcast, I'm going for a McBath.
So, is that all the emails we've had today?
That's all we've got, yes.
Send more.
So,
Hurty@gmail.com.
Yeah, bringohurty@gmail.com. Or you can leave a message on
anything.
Facebook.com/bringohurty.
The side of a goat.
Or write it on the side of a goat and leave it in a field somewhere. We'll find it, don't worry.
Yeah, it works that way. You just imagine seeing it on the BBC newspaper, vandals. Vandals graffiti goats in field.
Somebody's written an essay about DLC on the side of a goat.
Oh dear.
The internet made me do it.
The internet did make me do it. So that's all the emails. Do you have any other topics, or is that roughly...
No, I think that's me.
The only other topic I had was regarding the 20-minute Hitman walkthrough there was. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, for God's sake. I needed you to see it as well so that we could talk about it. Okay,
I don't spoil things for myself.
But it's a game that's kind of like, I assume it's not on your radar because of the bad press it's got regarding the trailer and what it might be like. So I think watching a gameplay demo of it is quite a good idea because it showed that it isn't as different as people were perhaps assuming. So
in a good way, you mean?
Yes, in a good way.
My brain was trying to get into gear there, and it was struggling.
It gets that way towards the end. Well, yeah, I'm hinting that I was impressed. Might be too strong a word, but I didn't.
Your interest boner was.
I didn't dislike what I saw. It looked like there was the options to do it in the same manner you could in Blood Money or those ones before. So yeah.
So good things.
Yeah, it is now back on my radar as far as something I might be interested in buying.
And stay tuned for that then. Yeah?
Yes, and that is it, I think so. Competition, join our Steam group, emails, blah, blah, blah. See what
blah, 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 blah.
Shall we get Noodles in to do a quick impersonation of me? Hello, Noodles.
I do know what's going on, apart from I don't.
Right. Talk like Flick.
Excuse me. How dare you? I very, very dare you.
Are you aware that that's a French accent?
Are
you also aware? I'm not French.
I'm not aware.
I don't sound like that.
What's
going on?
I think you do, and I think you're lying.
I think
you're lying.
You're
lying to all of us. That's what you're doing.
Are you taking acting lessons from the guy who did the demo, man?
No, I don't do acting lessons.
I don't do acting lessons.
I prance around in front of the mirror. That's what I do.
And sometimes you also do voices.
I was going to make a Silence of the Lambs comment there, but decided not to.
Goodbye, horses.
Goodbye.